In today's video, I'll be showing you guys the top 10 best loadouts in Call of Duty Mobile Season 3. As you guys may know, some weapon changes are coming to the game, and as well as some few interesting changes in terms of new weapons being introduced, and some of the changes that are also coming in terms of gameplay mechanics and performances. But that should be well set into the future, and hopefully when those changes do come, it'll kind of influence these loadouts a little bit for you guys. But these are the top 10 best loadouts in Season 3. In my personal opinion. I wouldn't say that they're the best top 10 loadouts in the entire game, but they're certainly the top 10 best loadouts that I have managed to find and put together, and as well as what I've been using in the current selection of Call of Duty Mobile Legendary Ranked. Also, make sure to stick around at the end of the video because I'll be announcing who the 3 winners were of this season's Battle Pass giveaway. So yeah, 3 people have won, but make sure to watch the whole entire video. I know this video is pretty long to figure out and to find out who won the 3 battle passes of this season. So yeah, guys, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on into it. Only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. If you end up enjoying this video, consider subscribing, and you can always change your mind. Alright guys, so before I go ahead and talk about my top 10 loadouts for Season 3, I'm going to go ahead and mention the overall loadout package in terms of how I coordinate with my secondary operator, my lethals, my tacticals, and my perks. Starting off with my secondary, throughout all the loadouts, the secondary is going to be the knife. I keep a knife instead of another secondary weapon because you can move faster on the map, and when I'm speed boosting or I'm doing other stuff, it's going to help me, just when I respawn, just get to the points of the map quicker and get to positions a lot quicker with the knife, and I just feel like the knife is just a lot better when it comes to mobility usage. In terms of the operator, we all know the Annihilator is the best operator in the game, and then second would probably be like the War Machine, and third would be the Sparrow, but I prefer the Annihilator. And as well, I like sticky grenades, especially. Sticky grenades are really, really good. They just provide so much utility for your team, and they do a lot of different good things. So I'd keep utilities in terms of sticky grenades, and also trophy systems. I stick to trophies because I play a lot of OBJ in rank, kind of. I mean, it depends on the situation, but that's pretty much that. And then for the perks, I usually run lightweight, toughness, and shrapnel most of the time, or dead silence depending what I'm doing. But for 2 extra sticky grenades, so I can provide a little bit more offensive utility for my team. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and talk about the loadout. All right, so the first gunsmith loadout I'm going to be showing you guys is going to be the QQ9. Obviously, the QQ9 is a very, very strong weapon this season. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about it. So we have, for the barrel, we have the RTC Recon Tac Along. For the laser, we got OWC Laser Tactical. For the underbarrel, we got an Operator foregrip. And for the ammunition, you stick with the 45 round extended mag. And for the rear grip, granulated. You can go back and forth between these attachments and a little bit do some customization. In this particular gunsmith, you could probably take off the grip and probably put on the monolithic suppressor, giving the QQ9 a little bit more range. But just for my personal preference, I like to keep my recoil at a minimum, and this has a lot of vertical recoil. So for me, I just prefer the grip over the monolithic, but you can certainly put the monolithic. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and go into the second gun. All right, guys, so for the second gun specifically, we do have the AK117. This is probably one of the most advanced and most powerful assault rifles in Season 3. A lot of people are not using it, but when I do encounter it and when I'm using it myself, you can really annihilate and melt people with it. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the loadout. This loadout is kind of similar to what a pro player would use in scrims and tournaments. This build is actually very good. So for the muzzle, we got the monolithic suppressor. For the barrel, we got the OWC Marksman. Laser, obviously the laser tactical, that doesn't really change much. And then for the ammunition, I decided to put a 40 round extended mag on this gun. And then for the rear grip, obviously we're going to stick with the granulated. So the point of this weapon is to actually kind of be sort of like a stable assault rifler on the map, meaning that you're not really rushing with this weapon a whole lot. You're just basically lasering people from medium distances and possibly long range. I mean, obviously the long range capability is pretty good. I mean, 71 range, giving this gunsmith loadout, but this is a very good assault rifle. I'd highly advise for you guys to try it out this season, and let me know how it does for you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about gun number 3. All right, guys, so for gun number 3, it's obviously none other than the DRH. DRH is actually a pretty self-explanatory weapon. Obviously, we've seen this weapon multiple times throughout, COD Mobile Legendary Ranked. Obviously, this gun is not going to be receiving any changes to it anytime soon, especially during this upcoming patch of balance changes to weapons that is supposed to be coming. But I mean, obviously, this gun is pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to explain it a whole lot to you, but the gunsmith build that I'm going to be recommending you guys is going to be the monolithic suppressor, the OWC Ranger, the no stock, the granulated grip tape, and the 30-round OTM mag. Now, you could switch the 30-round OTM mag with the 25, depending if you want the DRH to be a little bit more mobile. But I honestly prefer the 30-round just because you can kill a lot more people with a single magazine compared to the 25. You know, it also depends on the type of situations and how fast you're playing with the weapon, so just keep that in mind. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get on to weapon number 4. All right, guys, so for gun number 4, it's going to be the HVK30. Obviously, this gun is a very hyperactive gun. This gun probably, you know, made a statement, you know, throughout the last 2 to 3 seasons of Call of Duty Mobile. Very good competitive weapon used for scrims, tourneys, and ranked, of course, and it's still very viable today in this current season. I'm not sure if it's actually going to receive a balance change, but all I know is that the HVK is a very good assault rifle. It's very good. Definitely not as strong as the AK117 in my opinion, but it comes close within that top range of assault rifles. You know, I would probably put, you know, you know what I mean. Like this gun definitely can hold its own, and if you want a really fast-paced assault rifle, this is the gun for you. Honestly, this is probably one of the most fast-paced assault rifles in the game currently. So talking a little bit more about the gunsmith build specifically, we have the monolithic suppressor, the MIP light barrel, you know, just to get that range and, you know, give it a nice range boost, but also give it a nice ADS boost, as well as, you know, the OWC laser tactical, the large caliber ammo mag, and the granulated grip tape. You're going to need the large caliber ammo mag just because it's going to increase the damage. And this is what the gun is all about, doing really good, you know, damage to your opponent's close range, medium range, and having that really fast ADS mobility on your weapon. This is why this AR is so aggressive, and it works in a lot of different situations, whether you're going to be playing OBJ or slaying out in general. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and move on to gun number 5. All right, guys, so for gun number 5, it is going to be the LK24. This is actually a sleeper in terms of, you know, how many people don't actually use this. This gun is actually only used in the competitive scene. I'm surprised it hasn't picked up in rank at all, but it's actually a very good OBJ assault rifle. In terms of it providing a lot of utility, it does phenomenal in that department. This gunsmith build is actually inspired by Tectonic. I think he probably uses a different barrel, but everything else is pretty much the same. So, you know, for the build, we do have the OWC Marksman, the classic red dot, because obviously, you know, the iron sights on this particular gun. There's actually a certain model of the LK24. I think it's like the LK24 short, or, you know, CQB. The LK24 CQB has probably the best iron sights out of any LK24 skin. So if you have that, I definitely recommend probably putting on like a monolithic suppressor, or maybe even an underbarrel, perhaps. So, you know, obviously, you know, for the stock, we got the MIP strike stock. For the OWC laser tactical, we got, you know, obviously that's the laser, and then for the granulated grip tape, it's going to be that for the grip tape. Now, like I said before, not a lot of people are using this assault rifle. Definitely go ahead and give it some more love during this season. It's actually a very good OBJ weapon. If you're playing domination, this weapon is very, very good. This, you know, like I said, you can slay out with this weapon too, but it really just depends on the map. But if you're ever looking to just chill and, you know, post up with head glitches and stuff like that and just supporting your team more, this gun will give you some many benefits on the map. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and move on to gun number 6. All right, guys, so for gun number 6, it's going to be none other than the Locus sniper rifle. Obviously, I'm going to have to throw in a Locus in here because, you know, obviously a sniper rifle. You could probably switch this out between like the, you know, the Outlaw, maybe even the DLQ also. I mean, these 3 sniper rifles are pretty, you know, high caliber in terms of usage. I mean, they don't take that much skill to use, but they definitely require some movement mechanics because as a sniper, you got to be pretty mobile and do lots of sliding and stuff like that, and quick scoping and whatnot. So, you know, I usually tailor the snipers that I like to use in the game specifically for ADS speed because, you know, who wants to use a sniper with slow ADS speed? You want a good mobility, fast ADS speed, because that's really what's going to matter. So for the gunsmith build for the Locust, we're going to have the YCAM lightweight short, the OWC skeleton stock, the OWC laser tactical, the OWC stopping power reload, the granulated grip tape. You could probably remove the stopping power reload and probably equip a monolithic suppressor to this, or change the barrel depending on the situation. But I preferably, you know, this loadout has been working for me for like, you know, a couple seasons now, and I didn't really have a reason to change it. But this build is certainly very good, very provides a lot of utility as well, and like I said, you can definitely slay out with this type of loadouts. But without further ado, let's go ahead and move on to gun number 7. All right, guys, so for gun number 7, we do have the PP19 Bison. I did make a gunsmith video on this, you know, weapon earlier, but I did happen to, you know, retune the gunsmith build just a little bit for my playstyle because I didn't really find You know, because the Gunsmith build that I recommend in my video has really high mobility, and I kind of don't like it that much. I don't like being super fast, because like I like to control my movement a little bit better. And when I'm moving crazy fast around the map like this, you know, with that type of high mobility, it just makes it super inconsistent, and also can screw up my aim depending on the situation. So I kind of had to tone down the mobility just a little bit on the gun. But in terms of the SMG is actually, you know, I thought in the beginning that it was actually a very bad SMG, but it actually is a very good SMG. It's definitely, I would consider it probably the best right now, just in terms of its, you know, of how well you can spray and pray with it, its mobility, and like the type of utility that it has, really. Because compared to the QQ9, for example, the QQ9 is limited in terms of its range and ammo. So the fact that this gun, you have 64 bullets, it has a body multiplier damage magazine that it will do the same 4-shot kill from the upper chest to the lower body of the legs. And I just find that to be very useful. So you can definitely just spray and pray all day long with this weapon, and you'll have no problem. This is actually a really fun weapon to, like, you know, rank with and like just pub stomp and stuff like that. But you know, for the overall gun itself, it's being highly used and competitive right now, because, you know, everything else is getting banned. But this gun is very good. I would recommend you guys using this gun, giving it more love, and, you know, hopefully COD Mobile could make a few adjustments to it. I wish it wasn't, because like it's literally very similar. It has very similar stats to the QXR, so I wish it was kind of a more unique gun on its own, but I can understand why COD Mobile made it the way it is. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the Gunsmith. We got monolithic suppressor, OWC marksman, OWC laser tactical, large caliber ammo to, you know, increase that body multiplier damage, and for the granulated grip tape, we do got for the grip. So this is overall great accuracy, great ADS speed, great mobility build, great damage build. You can spray and pray all day long with it, have fun with it. And yeah, guys, so without further ado, let's go ahead and move on to gun number 8. All right, guys, so for gun number 8, we do have we have the freaking you know, Fennec. Obviously the Fennec. Who cannot forget the Fennec, am I right? The Fennec is actually very important, very close quarter SMG that is still super great, super well used in the competitive scene as well, and ranked on like summit and very close range maps on standoff and stuff like that. This gun is absolutely amazing. You gotta have, you know, this loadout. You know, so yeah, so what do I recommend for it? I do recommend the monolithic suppressor, the MIP extended light barrel, the classic red dot, because the iron sights are a little bit too intrusive. They're a little bit too big for my liking personally. The OWC laser tactical, and the extended mag A, because, you know, like I said, you know, this gun shoots so fast. I mean, fire rate is at 111. I mean, come on, you're gonna need an extended mag on this gun. But yeah, for the best close range kill gun in the game, you're definitely going to need a loadout such as this. I do highly recommend you using the Fennec and giving it way more love. So for gun number 9, we do have the QXR. The QXR is probably one of my favorite guns, honestly, ever made and ever introduced in this game, especially during the season. I mean, before the PP19 Bison came out, but still a very good, very good close range SMG. Provides lots of utility in terms of the medium to far range department, and it's such a great gun. I mean, honestly, it's my favorite gun in the game. But without further said, let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about the Gunsmith build in particular. You know, we got the monolithic suppressor, the OWC marksman, the enhanced bolt perk. Obviously, that's a well needed attachment on this gun to increase the fire rate, because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, without it, it doesn't, you know, the QXR doesn't hold up to its name without that attachment. So and for the, you know, laser, we got the OWC laser tactical, and for the granulated, for the rear grip, we got the granulated grip tape, obviously. So this is a really good mobility-based gun. I mean, it kind of suffers a little bit in the mobility, but in terms of it being like a really good high ADS, high fast-paced SMG, this will provide you really good utility. Literally, it's the same as the PP19 Bison, but I really like the fire rate more on this weapon. I really wish there was something unique that they could add to the Bison to make it a little bit more unique, but obviously the ammo is kind of where that comes in. But other than that, this is a great SMG, and let's go ahead and move on to the last gun, which is gun number 10. All right, guys, so for gun number 10, we do have the Man of War. Obviously, you cannot forget the Man of War. The Man of War is still 3-shot kill. I mean, they still haven't touched the gun. It's actually going to get a buff within this upcoming week, so we'll see how it does. I do think we'll start seeing a lot more, just because, like I said, like, it is going to get a readjustment in terms of its damage. It's just going to do more damage close range. So you know, the Man of War is still a 3-shot weapon, and at the end of the day, you know, even though a lot of people are not using this gun, I'm still gonna put it here just because, like I said, it's still a gun that you can pick up and just slay out with it. It's a crazy weapon, seriously. I mean, in terms of utility, this is a gun that provides a lot of utility and a lot of damage at the same time. Has a lot of slaying power potential. But when we talk more about the Gunsmith build, this is what I recommend for the Man of War. You got the RTC Huge Suppressor, the OWC Ranger, the OWC Laser Tactical, the 30-round extended, and stipple grip tape to make up for that slow ADS speed. So we got a good composition of ADS speed, vertical recoil control, range, and damage in terms of its ammo correlation. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Alrighty guys, so I just want to give a huge shout out and congratulations to the 3 winners of the giveaway for Season 3 of Call of Duty Mobile, the Battle Pass, of course. So I want to give a huge shout out to Calix, BMG Anderson, and as well as Fawaz Mia. Congratulations to all 3 of you for winning. You guys can either contact me through Discord. It's going to be in the description below, and I'm going to leave it in the pinned comments, as well as my Twitter and Instagram. Make sure to DM me saying that you won, and I'll go ahead and give you guys the money for the Battle Pass. I just want to let everyone know right now, this Battle Pass giveaway was all random, right? Everything is random. Everyone had a free and equal opportunity and chance to win. This was completely random, and I will be doing probably more giveaways in the future. But yeah, so congratulations to all 3 of you guys, and make sure to contact me, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.
Part 3, Perkins, I'm on the next pill. She used to lay off the drugs, but I do it for the thrill. And if I die young, please write my will. Back in high school, rapping the beats on Beats pills. Yeah, she said, let's get out of here. Okay, don't fuck with beamers, only cop the race. Call me Sherlock, yeah, close case. Going down the highway.